Hey guys, and welcome to a new replay commentary. We got the pleasure to receive a silver replay from Callisidrin, who's playing in this league. She's a very fun streamer in German though, so if you are interested in watching more of her content, which is again really entertaining, I'll put the links into the video description so you can have a look. As I said earlier, like a couple of weeks ago, I really want to see a couple of like lower level replays just to see what we can figure out from that. And I think it's really important that we do this for us as well, just to see what we can learn from them making mistakes, but also seeing what we're doing, which we take for granted, but it actually is, let's say, not like for granted. Not everybody knows about it. So just like figuring out some basics. This is a perfect start. Like I already see that the red team doesn't have everybody ready. Sonya is AFK. Don't be AFK in Hero League games. And then this is pretty smart. Lunara goes top because she sees Sonya's AFK, and then we have Hammer bottom. So they have the red team has all three lanes soaked. That's really good. On the other hand, we have Alarak with no quest, but Jaina with a quest of her ice block, obviously. No quest on level 1 though. So no globes. So grouping up like this makes a little bit of sense because you can, first of all, try to get a kill. They have a pretty good burst composition. But also, in theory, if Alarak had a quest, that would work better. On the red team, we also see that they don't have a tank. So they're playing Lunara, Kel'Thas, Sergeant Hammer. I would never recommend doing this. Lunara, Kel'Thas works, Lunara, Sergeant Hammer works, Kel'Thas, Sergeant Hammer works, but like all three doesn't work, in my opinion. It's 3 damage dealers without a proper tank, first of all, but also all of them are very squishy. So if you get engaged on, it's very difficult with these to still deal damage without dying. And then the blue team has Stitches, which obviously is very good against Hammer. Okay, let's see what's happening. Stitches did some scouting here, so he knows that Lunara is top, I think. And then this is very smart. I don't think you should be hooking. He's hooking here now. No, it's actually slamming. So don't slam like this. I don't think it's very useful. He might have played another game of Stitches beforehand because he thought the slam was much bigger, but it is not. Don't do this. Like, don't walk into the towers. And don't hook like this. This is really bad. You basically lose your ability for 12 seconds or something, and the gain is very little. Like, look how little health Kel'Thas lost. And look how much health he lost already from just this weird engagement. Great stun. If Kel'Thas had a little bit better reaction time, we would have seen more damage to Stitches. This is okay. I think like running away is okay. You can siege up again though. Yeah, you're just dead now. Okay, so this is not worth it. You should never die like this. I think using thrusters here was okay, but it definitely is already an issue. Oh, we missed the kill. Go back a little bit. So Hammer dies here, that's fine. And then what happens? Where does... the fuck? Does she die on the... oh yeah. Okay, so in case you didn't know, and that's what I mean, like these are the... obviously this is funny, you know, don't get me wrong, like Kali will understand my humor here as well, but this is what I mean when I say basics, because people don't know that the range creeps do a lot of damage. They actually have quite a bit of... let's see if we can actually get into this. We can do the like this. Probably have to unpause it, I guess. Yeah, there you go. So if you pause it here again, they have 40 attack damage on the range, and you don't have that much health at the beginning of the game. So if you look at Jaina, she's dead now. But if we wait for her to respawn, she has 1,477 health, right? So if they attack for 40 with like if 3 of them attack them and she takes like 120 damage, that's quite a lot of damage here for this small health pool. So at the beginning of the game, and generally speaking, until the very, very late game, you should avoid tanking the creep wave. And just to reiterate that, the creep wave will only attack you if there's no other, like literally anything else to attack. Like the creep wave will always attack first creeps and then buildings. So creeps will always be hitting each other, or minions, how it's called in Heroes. Minions will always hit each other, and then they will attack buildings. So if you stand in the middle of nowhere, they will attack you, and they do a lot of damage. So keep that in mind. If you have to like soak a little bit of a lane, don't stand in the lane to do that. This is smart by OE. He already sees that they lost XP here on the blue team, so he went up to challenge Lunara. But that's not very good because my friend doesn't have any wave clear. So, by the way, double support, I know that a lot of people think it's not good anymore. And it's definitely weaker than it was before because of wave clear. But especially like, I think this is a good combo, Callisidrin and Mafurian, because you basically have one healer that has more sustain healing and then one healer that has a long cooldown burst heal. Sonya decided to join each other. This is really good, taking the camp here now. Before the objective spawns, we have like a little bit of more than a minute left, so they could put a little bit of pressure onto this 3-man lane. Hammer, unfortunately, for the red team, hasn't had any impact yet, and Callisidrin just stack. Like, this is really good if you're a Callisidrin and you take Insight, which gives you mana restoration, and then if you finish the quest, you get cooldown reduction on your attacks. And this is good. Like, just having like mini waves to stack on this is really great. Okay, don't hook like this. It just costs you mana and it really doesn't do anything unless it's a squishy target. Like if you hit Kelthas here, I can kind of agree with you because you get tower shots on him. But Mafurian should be with you, and then you hook and the Mafurian roots the target that you hooked, and then you do more damage. Hook on its own is very, very weak, so just keep that in mind. Well, and that's just literally Stitches getting wrecked. Good counter kill. After the rotation for the minions, they're getting this done. This is good pinging the hammer. Good rotation with the Alarok. Yeah, this is great. I think the reaction is also fair, using thrusters to get away. The Callisidrin should have known that there's a Wisp in here because well, I don't know if you should have known, but I think it's pretty obvious that she has vision him, so you should probably check these bushes here for wisps, but it's not the end of the world. In low level, the vision is not as important. This is really good. Attacking her, she doesn't have any sustain. I want to see what happens here. She doesn't have any sustain, so attacking her with Callisidrin, especially somebody who has insight, who gets mana back, you can trade with her very efficiently if she doesn't get a great distance between each other. So this is really good. Also good is Earth Ally here. Blocking physical attacks with this is really good because you have Hammer, and you have Lunara, and you have Lily, and you have Sonya, who all like do some auto attacks. Kelthas not so much, but it's definitely a good situation for the blue team to have this. Okay, let's see what Hammer is doing. So she has thrusters used again, so you have to be careful a little bit. Yeah, if you have thrusters used, you can't do this. So I normally don't want to give talent advices here in these replays because it's too complex to go through all of them. But on level 4 with Hammer against the Stitches, you have siege tactics. So using your E, your Neo Steel Plating, gives you unstoppable for 2 seconds. This is really good because you can't get hooked literally. Like, if you have a huge range as a Hammer, so you will see Stitches hooking you unless he's hooking you from like the bushes or whatever. But you can't get hooked because you just press E and then you're safe from the hook, and then you can run away. I like her reaction here is obviously also bad. Like she just literally gives up and dies. I kind of can see this because like it's like, oh, I got hooked and there's everybody here and I just die. But if you have that kind of mentality, you should probably just play much more safe when you have your thrusters out. So again, this is what I meant. Like, it's very difficult for Lunara to win this trade unless she gets distance and then gets Callisidrin low, because now if he trades with her, she can just slow him and then he can't get attacks off of her. But generally speaking, he should have a good time. Ooh, I don't know where he's going now. I guess to the shrine. But he's dead. Yeah. So this is one other thing that you shouldn't be doing. You see 3 of your teammates down here, and if we go into his vision and jump back for a couple of seconds again. So you get stacks and everything, that's cool. He's trying to trade with Lunara. You should get this globe. It's totally worth to get this. So he has cooldown as well, and he has his heal used and his earth ally is used. So he also doesn't have any dashes left. They only come back in, well, one of them comes back in 1 second. So you don't have anything to save yourself. So you don't see the enemy. They're not in this lane. Alarak just saw everybody, and your minions also saw everybody, and your minions also are revealing everything now. Hammer died down here, and your team is doing this camp. So walking in here is exactly what you should not be doing. And that's something that I mean with the basics. Good players would not walk in here. Like, if you have experience in Heroes of the Storm, you don't walk in here. You walk around here, and then you walk down here, and then you walk in here. There's no reason for you to walk down here. And look how close Kelthas is, and Callisidrin doesn't have vision of him. Then he's lucky and gets, well, basically Kelthas misses his stun. I was wondering this. So he just gives up, kind of like he didn't use his W, which is obviously a big mistake. Like, I don't know if he could have survived, but maybe if he walks up, like if he gets stunned somewhere here, I guess you can really walk up, but maybe you can like dash to a minion and then escape or something like this. But you should definitely at least heal yourself and see to survive. Like, there's definitely situations where you don't want to survive much longer, because you basically just... Ooh, that was close. You basically just prevent your death, and then you're dead longer, quote unquote, because you die late, and then you respawn much later, and then, you know, your return is much later as well. Does he have a... Just want to jump back for a second. Okay, so here's the heal is on him. The blue team definitely wants to wait for Callisidrin in this case, especially into a hammer. Great Blizzard here, like zoning the Lunara away. The Sonya attacks the right targets here, tries to go into the backline, and now the Citrus is also low. I think the Malf doesn't know. Okay. Callisidrin is here, he should try to heal his teammates. Okay, like the healing looked a little awkward. This is a good position, by the way, for Hammer as well, because she can't be hooked over through the minions, so that's really good. The roots are okay. But now is where the double support should start coming online much better. Because Callisidrin can basically heal Bursty, and then, yeah, there you go. And then Mafrion just gives everybody a regrowth, and they fight better. Unfortunately for the blue team, the red team gets a Punisher though, and that's history. But the blue team has gained experience. This is... So if this is a try to pull the Punisher over, I agree with it, kind of like. So you can use any abilities that basically does damage to the Punisher. Gives him vision over you. So trying it like this was okay. That's good. Slam into the jump over. I think you want to use the Blizzard a little bit more on the Immortal here, or on the Punisher here. This does damage to the minion wave as well, so I kind of I can't disagree with it, but I think the main damage should be done to the Punisher here. And you don't want to be this close. This is one of the things that always happens to me as well with Callisidrin. I want to attack with him. Like, I always want to be aggressive with him. But if you're this close to the Punisher, you get everything, or you catch everything that the other damage dealers are doing to you as well. So it's kind of like a weird position to be in. Don't be this close either. Like, he's too close to attack the Punisher. It's not necessary. Good defense though, as you can see, only one turret goes down. Actually, yeah, and that's only with a lot of help of the damage dealers. Hammer goes down to defend this. This is fine. As you can see, they took a little bit of damage here. And then Lunara's up here to just soak XP. That's also fine. Like, that's not... Actually, that's... I mean, if it was on purpose, it's good decision making. Because the first Punisher is pretty weak, so you can't really 5-man push with it. That being said, it didn't do anything. Like, it literally got you one tower. That's not good enough. This is horrible. Always try to spread when Kel'Thas is bombing everybody. So good spread by Kel'Thas. This is great. Good job. And then this is also a problem, like Alarak, Citrus, Callisidrin all like kind of sent together. So the Jaina shouldn't be in here either, as well, so that she doesn't get hit by the Flame Strike. Let's have a look. Flame Strike, 10 hits so far. Callisidrin also good on his way. Jaina a little bit further out. This is good. You should always be mounted when you attack Hammer, because if she doesn't, like, or if she uses an auto attack here, for example, she has a little bit of a delay before she can attack you. So if you ride into her circle, you have more movement towards her. And let's see how she reacts. She doesn't react at all. Okay. So now her thrusters are down again. Let's have another look. Her W wasn't on cooldown. So if you didn't know, in siege mode, as you can see, radius is increased by 50%. That means you knock back enemies from further away. So in this situation, before she gets silenced, Hammer could have used W to disengage on the Alarak, if you have better reflexes. That being said, mechanics normally nothing that I want to discuss that much, because my mechanics are pretty bad. So me saying like, oh, she should have pressed the buttons quicker, it's kind of not so good. That's okay. That being said, one of the things that you have to learn, you just were attacked by 4 people here, and you tap well, and your thrusters are on cooldown. There's no reason for you to be in front of this gate. Just wait for them to push in your lane, and then you can like defend from here and shoot the minions. Sure, you will take some damage here on the wall, maybe even from the heroes, but if you're behind the wall, nothing's happening to you. Like, there's nothing that you can do here to you. Like, the wall, as long as the gate is closed, they just can't hook you. And if you position yourself, like, for example, here or here, they have to do a lot of moving and positioning themselves to get a hook on you. So, the hook was bad. Like, you should have known there's a minion there. Good rotation. This is a great rotation, actually. This is a really good rotation. Like, going in here through here without a tank is really good. Because I see a lot of people, like, walking in here, and then you're basically walking into, like, a CC combo of Stitches and Alarak, as well as the roots. Obviously, roots were used here, but like if you rotate in here, it's really bad. So rotating around here, healing Hammer, and like trying to use your Flame Strike from behind the wall where the enemy doesn't have vision is really good. Let's see if he hits one. He should be dead. There should be a stun coming out, and then Hammer can just like shoot him, and Kel'Thas' double combo. Yeah, very good. Perfect. That was really well played. Don't stand so close to this, just walk down here now. You should have a dash up, so Setch should also walk up, because for him, there's no risk anymore. The sun is out here. I don't think they see Sonya. Well, they see Sonya because Malf is actually here, but she will not reach him very quickly, but the bomb will just do a lot of damage. Don't hook here. Like, you just lost a teammate, and your 5th member is up here, and they've rotated 4 people down here, and you saw all of them. Don't hook. You just bait your teammates in, and you have like your 2 support here. What's supposed to happen? Like, they're not gonna kill anybody. Good dodge, nice, good dash out. This is probably how you want to play Hammer in lower leagues. Like, you just want to. I don't want to like say 5-man, but you probably want to 2-3 people with Hammer, like even a 4 people rotation with this, because it's very difficult then to have people defend it. because in the slow leagues, it's very difficult to combine your abilities, right? Like you have not seen a hook into a root or an Alarak combination into a root. So this, what the red team is doing now, is probably the best way to play this. And the blue team doesn't have a lot of rage damage. Like, they have Jaina, and that's it. You can't get hooked like this. And then, I just said it, here you go. That's the combination that we want to see. And if Jaina was here earlier, which is totally fine that she's coming this late, because she was soaking and fighting against Lunara, that was totally fine. But if she was here, for example, Hammer is dead. So now everybody's here, and the blue team should be fighting. That's really good. Sonya is out of position completely. She should be dead. I wouldn't hook here. It is a CC, so if she were rolling, this could actually work. But it probably is just a wasted cooldown here. Risky call, but can work. Thing is, Lunara is just soaking here. That's totally fine. That being said, she doesn't have Nature's Culling, so her push is kind of mediocre. So I think taking this is fine. Doing both of them is super risky. I think it's not worth it, probably. But the red team is a little afraid now, it feels like. I think this rotation is unnecessary. So you're up in XP. What you want to do is you want to be more ahead in XP even further. So if you soak this lane, you're very much closer to level 10. You see two people here in the middle, so they will just take care of this. And then there's nobody bottom, but Hammer is like, lurking around. So staying top is totally fine. You want to have 10, like that's your objective. You want to have 10. And then when you're 10, you want to fight before the shrine starts. So hopefully you find any position where you can win a fight. I like what the blue team is doing with taking the objectives that are not the Punisher. That being said, they're not getting level 10. Ooh, nice hook. Root. No, nothing. Ooh, missed combo from Alarak. And she gets away. Here comes the rocket. Pretty good position. That being said, you only have one escape way, which is this one. So I probably would have liked it more if he was, or if she was standing in here. Because you won't get away here. Like, the tower will shoot you, and then you're slowed. That's kind of bad. Okay, blue team. Your objective now is to get level 10. Don't invade without level 10. Ooh. Okay, Citrus is very adamant of looking in here because he thought that Sonya was in here. She was just checking here. So now level 10 is reached for both teams. I don't see any problems with any talents yet. This is good. Callisidrin putting pressure on Keltas. Nice hook. Combo. Combo. Nope. So I think in this situation I would start with the E rather than with the Q. But it's like probably... Ooh, nice. This looks a little random and like maybe it was more panic than actually planning, but Sonya clearly wants to engage here, so she's walking down. So putting the ring here actually is pretty good because she clearly walks into this now, so that's good. But if Keltas, for example, turned around because he got healed or something, he would have also been stuck. And it gives you a little bit of zoning from the bottom, not as much, but I think the positioning here is actually pretty good. Let's see how it goes. All cooldowns are being used. It just dies. That shouldn't happen with two supports. I don't think that that should happen. Also, that shouldn't still be open. Like, you shouldn't wait this long. You have to know, like I've said that in the last replay as well, your heroics, you have to know where they are on which button. And you have to choose them directly. Like, there's no reason for you to wait for this long. Okay, let's have a quick look at how things are going. And which lineup is winning from this. So as I said, like, double support should normally win these fights because it's basically easier for them to win these sustained fights. You have to look at the shrine as basically like not a battle royale, but like last man standing kind of like. You can get an advantage if you get the first couple of minions, like as the blue team, as the red team has done. But generally speaking, you will fight around this normally much longer. So having 2 healers that can sustain a whole team and negate a lot of the damage that you do is pretty difficult. That being said, the red team has amazing AoE. They have Whirlwind from Sonya, they have the Siege move from Hammer, they have Flamestruck and Living Bombs from Kel'Thas, and even Lunara doesn't do bad AoE damage with her Q. So as you can see, they're clearing this very quickly. I like what the blue team is doing. They understand that they okay. I wanted to say they understand they can't get it, so they just back up. And with a little excursion from Callisidrin, we okay, we're all safe. So don't hook here. Like the wall is open, so even if you hook a good target, like a squishy target, and get it in here and maybe even get it down, I don't know, like you could possibly burst it down. The issue is that you also are a premier target for the Punisher, and with the hook, you kind of give your teammates the signal like, I want to kill this person, right? So what happens is that they might walk a couple of steps closer to the hero to kill it. And then the Punisher just jumps on all of you and you're dead. This camp, like doing this camp now is also pretty bad. Especially with Alarak. He's very slow on camp duties. And this camp takes a lot of time. Even with good clear, so. This rotation is scary. For both teams. Honestly, like if the blue team wasn't in here, this would be super scary rotation. So I kind of like this. Unfortunately for the red team, they probably will die here for this. Oh, I want to see this in the vision. That has to be like... That has to be close. Okay. Speed up a little bit and stop. Okay. So I like what Kali is doing, where she's like, okay, I'm going to clear this. It doesn't make any sense to do this now, but I'm going to clear this. And I think it's the right decision. Like, if your teammates make a decision like this, and even if you think it's stupid, just follow up with it. Like, there's nothing that can go wrong here if you do it. If he gets invaded and gets killed, or if now everybody gets killed here because they get invaded, that's just tough luck. At the same second. Okay. Unlucky. Good E. Good root. You should have to run here. Very split team fight now. Sonya just kills squishies. Stitches, I think this is not a bad idea to just kill their squishies. Good 7-sided strike, because Sonya would have just healed up from this, so that's very good. Nara evading now finally, after she didn't set us up at all. And we're just gonna stay there. This is a little bit of an issue for teams with Hammer. They don't know how to play with Hammer, so it oftentimes will look like Hammer just sieging and then the team doesn't do anything. This engagement is also very poor. And this also is very poor. Like, he's been standing here for like 10 seconds now, whatever, doesn't do anything. You could have killed the Punisher already. Or if you really want to engage into this, just like walk in here and then charge or something like that. I think they all... Do they have vision of him? No. Okay, so at least the minion doesn't see... the Wisp doesn't see him, but like... Don't waste so much time. Like, just clear this. Like, this is just wasting time. Like, you could have repositioned 5 times. And now they see you. And now you just don't do anything. Like, there's no reason to do this. Let's see what the red team is doing. This is okay. I personally like to only take this camp before a shrine, not after a shrine. But honestly, like, removing this objective from the map is also not bad. I like Lara. Like, she uses her Wisp a lot. That's good. Like, Vision is very underrated in lower leagues. Actually, it's just very underrated, I think. Okay, I've dodged that, but I think he's still dead. So as a Mafrine, you shouldn't be face checking like this. There's no need as well, because you have Callisidrin, who's very mobile, you have Stitches, who's tanky, and then you have Alarak, who's also like kind of mobile with his W, but also can just like better engage into something that is happening. You can't just like put roots on and hope that this one doesn't kill you. And obviously she sees you. Like, I don't know what the plan was here. Just like now, put roots below you and walk down here and escape. Like, just Alt E. Oh. So yeah, I think this was clearly point casted. If you didn't know, like you have modifiers in your hotkey settings where you can say self-cast. And self-cast basically means the spell is cast on you. In case of regrowth, it will cast regrowth on you. But in case of the roots, it just puts the roots where character is, like literally below you. So if you have to escape from somebody, you just press Alt E, and then the roots spawn below you. So if somebody is following you, they're basically 100% rooted because they can't dodge it. Good use of Bile. I like the use of Tranquility here now. Great Ring of Frost. Great, like it's zoning everybody who's coming in from here. It puts pressure on Sonya and Lunara here. Good 7-sided strike, just does some damage, and then also carries him off the battlefield so he doesn't do any damage to his teammates. That being said, everybody had a bomb, so that's kind of bad. Dangerous escape route, but it works. And now comes the issue with Stitches. He's not really a good tank, and then he has a weird build, which is with the gas, which is really not working. You probably want to play Slam build or tank build, and then with Slam build you do more damage, and with tank build you could be a little bit more meaty for this lineup. Which is the issue now that the Stitches is dead. The Sonya can just like go in here and kill everybody. Don't hook. Oh my god. You have like 750, 800 life left. And you want to hook dangerous targets into you. Why would you do this? That's just really bad. What Hammer is doing is also horrible. She's starting a camp, even though her team is still fighting. Like, that's some of the things that I think people don't appreciate if you do this. But it's also something that you have to think about yourself. Like, if you're, and I'm just, you know, like, I don't know this player. I have no idea who this is. But what it looks like is that person just wants to play Sergeant Hammer as a siege tank. Like, they want to siege up in the lane, push the lane, kill the fort, move on to the next lane. Push the lane, kill the fort, move on to the next lane. While this might sound fun for some people, and I'm not judging, it just doesn't work in Heroes of the Storm. It might have worked like 2-3 years ago when nobody had, you know, knowledge about the game, and nobody understood like macro decisions like soaking minions. But this doesn't work. You can't just like start a camp. First of all, nobody's supporting you, so they just will kill you. And then second of all, this teamfight isn't over. Like, you have vision over Stitches. He is super low. Just like, don't siege here, or even in your siege mode, just drive down in and kill him. It's like 4 or 5 shots and he's dead. So this is really bad decision making. Like, this camp doesn't do anything. Look at this. Your camp up here, it's doing a lot of work. So if you kill another hero here, down here, sorry, this will do more damage. This will might even like push keep wall. That would be amazing for you. So don't like fire your heroic and then just go AFK. It's just bad. I like the Sonya, like this is actually excellent. I would have thought she would go full gung-ho into this. Really well played by the Sonya. Like, she sees 4 low targets. Nice dodge. And she has the restraint to like just leave. Or not, actually the restraint not follow them. So that's really good. Now the blue team just wants to fight, and it's good that they want to fight it here. Actually, she does clear the camp. Also, don't hover siege into the point. Like, just that just triggers everybody, I think. Just like unsiege, drive into here, and then you can siege up again. Siege doesn't have long cooldown anymore. You don't have to like do this. This is wasted. Now, okay. I like this. If it was, the sieging is fine. I think that's okay. Yeah, this is also okay. That being said, the Sonya made the same mistake now. She just started a camp when people were just still fighting. It's not worth it. Just finish one thing after the other. Like, this camp basically cost, I guess, Kelthas his life, and then this camp cost Lily her life, basically. Or the other way around, doesn't really matter which way. But don't just, like, start camps in the middle of nowhere for no reason. Super risky. Like, Leaping Strike is amazing because it gives you so much mobility, but you just leapt into Alarak range. Don't do this. Also, we're level 13 and a half nearly, and a little bit here. And on the red side, only 3 people have chosen their talents, and on the blue side, only 3 people. So I guess 6 out of 10 is like at least a little bit, but again, you should know the talents that you want to pick. And especially Ice Block on 13 is so important. Like, just take it quickly. Like, immediately when you level up, just take it. Like, there's no reason to delay this. Okay. Watch the fight. Meh. 7-sided strike. Don't chase. Oof. Hit the minion. Well, they get the kill here. I like what the Malfurion tried to do. Yeah, perfect. So he tried to give Callisidrin, I hope at least, a point to jump on. So everybody died. They just should kill her as well. Like, there's no reason that she will survive. Good job. So, is this the right way to play this game? Definitely not, obviously. So, I think we spent like 3 minutes maybe around this area, doing this camp and doing this camp. And this camp is still pushing, and Stitches actually cleared this camp here. That's really good, because as you can see, it actually took the whole keep wall and even did some damage to the keep. Like, that's ridiculous if you think about it. It was taken like look at this. It's respawning in 2 minutes. So both teams got 13 from the kills, basically, and we've had 21 kills already in this game. And it's something that definitely is difficult after an objective has been finished, like after the Punisher dies. What do you do? It's definitely not an easy task. Like, getting back into the rhythm of rotations and doing the right things is very difficult if you don't know what to do. This is okay, clearing this, but now we should also see, like, hey, there's a huge wave here. Our Stitches is alone here. There's another wave coming in here. We're up a level nearly now, after we killed all of them. So now it's time to take objectives. So if we're here as 4 people and nobody goes for this, at least take out the fort would be the call. And nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's doing something else. Malfurion is teleporting back. I kind of feel like that's unnecessary. And now you have a 2 vs 2 in the bottom. Red team doesn't have that many options. I think staying together here is good because you have a creep wave coming in here. You can't really soak here because, you know, there's lots of shit going on. And then this wave is so much pushed in that if you want to have XP, you would have you need to probably be here or something, and that's way too risky. So them being defensive around their fort is totally fine. Taking this is kind of okay. 30 seconds before the shrine, the shrine gets active. That's cool. That's fine. This wave getting the wave is also amazing, and then this wave also great. As a blue team, you wish you would have had more time to soak XP, which is why I'm thinking like this fort probably would have been the better objective. That being said, 2 of the red team defended it as well, so it probably didn't help. Kill this. Don't do like. I understand why she does it. It gives a little bit of vision here, but if she doesn't move it again, yeah. So it has very little cooldown when you want to move it. So moving it in here is kind of fine to see who's there, but then move it immediately over here. Go into here or here. Reason being is that it just gives you, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 5 seconds where one hero is going there and clearing it. Because we're like humans and we like to chase things. So if you put the wisp down here or down here after this here, everybody's going to follow it. This way it just dies and doesn't do anything. Like the Callisidrin, let's have a quick look at this at the talents. Callisidrin actually done. Kelthas unfortunately got reset, and Jaina is still quite a bit away from the quest. Not too much of a fan of this spear. Good, Stitches walks away. That's great. The combo against Stitches, I'm not 100% certain. He has Spell Shield on level 1, or Dampen Magic, sorry. So stunning him, I think, is not super useful. That being said, he's an easy target because everybody else has like minions in front of them. So maybe it's worth it. And this is also where the red team now has issues because they don't have a tank. So as soon as Sonya gets this low, it's an issue. Blunt Force Gun was really good. Unfortunately, the Ring of Frost was also really good. Follow-up from Jaina is amazing. That's so much damage. Great ice block. Really well done. Unfortunate. Let's have a quick look. I want to see something from the Mephrian. There you go. Let's go back one a little bit. I want to see where he uses roots. Good Ring of Frost again. Everybody takes damage. Then Satis Racket gets out. Okay, uses the roots in here. That makes sense. It's good roots. Yeah, actually it secures the kills. So this is mechanics, what I mean. Again, we don't want to blame players here. Again, we don't want to. We just want to learn. And this happens to me actually quite a bit. And comes back to the self-casting. Just Alt Q here, and then use Ice Block. Because if you Alt Q first and heal yourself, you have a little bit more health left at that point. So probably like it takes for 72, I think, maybe a little less. Actually, probably a little less. But you basically get 34. So it takes for 34. You probably don't survive this. No. But it gives you at least a fighting chance, right? Like if you have a heal on yourself and you can Moonfire the Sonya, maybe you survive it. Okay, let's have another quick look at this fight. Just to see what went wrong for the red team. So, red team, again, doesn't have a warrior, a tank, so they have an issue with that. Hammer's Siege is good, the position is good. Kel'Thas and Lara are too close to Hammer, especially Kel'Thas. Missed the stun here. Actually, it went on the Kerosene, that's pretty good. Kerosene was fine with the stun. So now that everybody gets greedy, they see Stitches being low. And then he gets body blocked. Kel'Thas gets body blocked by the hammer, basically. He can't get away, can't dodge the Ring of Frost. And honestly, like, then that's just Ring of Frost. So Hammer is out. How does she die now? Okay, you can siege here. Like, that's just bad. Bad play. Like, there's nothing that you can do from this. Like, there's nothing that you can do. We just have to, like, back up here. Maybe clear this if you can safely, but you probably can't. Maybe just go down here, honestly, like, take the wall out. Probably would have been a better move. I like this. Preparing the entrance here, make it easier. That's really good by the Alrock. Could even think about taking out bottom lane, minions, or top. Like, I like this. This rotation is really good. I like taking out the walls. That's really good. Maybe you can... okay, he didn't see her, I think. Could have damaged Lunara already. With the globes and Kerosene, everybody should be pretty healthy. Everybody's respawning now. Okay, somebody disconnected, I guess, at this point. I mean, like, Sonya, I think this is great. Like, she tanks the stun, but that's the issue. If you don't have a warrior properly, you just get, holy moly, you just get destroyed. Just go behind the wall. Okay, now it's a bot. Okay, now it's a bot. That's unfortunate. Okay. Can't really, like, analyze this when she's a bot like that. Oh, long range hook. I think this is, like... It's like so-so. It makes your animation much longer, so you're stunned much longer. And from what I understand is that because of the animation being so long, the enemy actually has ability to blink out. Or like use a mobility item because, or not item, but like mobility ability. Because you are not stunned anymore when you arrive at Stitch's body. Because the hook way is so long. Great combo, good stuff. This should be end, I guess. I can't actually remember how the game ended, but this should be, if The blue team is somewhat competent. They just end here. Let's see. Nobody's backing up. That's very well done. Good job. So they can't really do anything here. That's the best that you can do, honestly. Like, you just go in. You could have maybe waited for Kelthas and Hammer, but honestly, at this point, your core is dropping so quickly, you just panic. Cool. That's it. So interesting to see. The red team definitely had the early game advantage. Took the first 2 shrines. Didn't get that much out of it. They had like a little bit damage here. They took a fort here. So they could have snowballed it, I guess. And then made a couple of bad mistakes. Hanging around here and losing too many was one of the mistakes. And then, honestly, the fight around the shrine, there's not much that you can do. Like, sometimes you just lose a team fight. And that can heavily snowball, obviously. Blue team then did a good job clearing up the walls and everything and preparing the fort. And then with the AI being here, it's obviously difficult to continue fighting because she dies, Hammer dies, and then you have like Kelthas being blocked in, and it's difficult to analyze this again because if there's a bot, people oftentimes play worse because they just don't react correctly because the bot is doing something stupid or whatever. But I want to also say that the blue team did a good job here. I think a lot of teams would have backed up. Like, they saw keep falling, and I see a lot of people like seeing this wave, nearly killing this, so they rotate down, or they see a huge wave here and they're getting panicked about losing a keep or something. So going through here is obviously the correct call, and they finished the game. So that's really good. Let's have a quick look. Jaina didn't finish her quest, which is a little bit unfortunate, especially with the level 18. You probably don't want to be without an ice block after level 13 or something like that. That being said, you never control this fully if you're not like a master or GM player, because hitting everything is definitely not easy. I think the build is a little what do you want to call it? Uncommon, let's put it this way, because you don't have any mana regeneration in this. So on Jaina you have like 2 talents that can give you mana regeneration at level 1 and at level 4. So in one you have Fingers of Frost, which gives you more reg per globe, and then on 4 you have Arcane Intellect, which means if you deal damage to a chill target, you get mana back. So you normally want to take either one of these, because otherwise your early game is like use a combo twice and go back to the fountain. So I think that's one of the things that I want to point out. Like, you don't want to have one of the 2 mana things here. Stitches again, I think this is not a great build, especially like the Mega Smash doesn't really do anything if you have these talents. So I think you can either go Slam build or I think that magic is okay, but you normally want to go Globe build and then Amplified Healing and stuff like that for a tank build. I think that's fine. We have 100 fists here. Get a little bit cooldown reduction here with this. And they don't, like, the red team doesn't have that much CC that you want to definitely have cleanse here on 16. So I think this is fine. Spell sheet is also good against Kelthas. Also looks fine. That looks totally fine. So look at the red team. I think Convection, people are hating this talent quite a bit because I think if you don't finish it, many people think, oh wow, this quest was useless. You didn't have a level 1 quest. That being said, if you have a couple of stacks and then use it, even if it's not fully stacked, you still get more damage. So it can be useful. Without a tank on my team, I would definitely not take it ever though. If you just take globes, you at least have a shield. So if your team gets engaged and your warrior gets like 50% health and everybody's jumping on you, at least you have a shield that can maybe save you a little bit. I think the situation with the Ring of Frost, if you have a shield up there, maybe you survive. It's obviously, 2020 hindsight, but I think that would be better. As I said, Savage Hammer on 4 against Citrus, you have to take the unstoppable. Like, there's no way that you can get hooked. Easy peasy. Lily, I think everything is fine. That just like normal build, what you can see. I think also she's an okay pick here. Alarak doesn't get that much penalty from being blinded, and Jaina obviously doesn't. But Kerosene takes a little less. Well, it does little less damage to you, and takes actually quite a lot of the blinds. So Citrus and Kerosene definitely will probably be hit. Definitely, probably, yeah. Or let's say they're primary targets. That's really good. On Lunara, I think the Siphoning Toxic is definitely something that, or Toxin, that definitely people are playing. I personally just like Nature's Culling much more because it helps you clear everything. And when she was pushing here top alone, I think with Nature's Culling you probably take the wall and maybe 50% of the fort. You might even stay here because you get more confident seeing your teammates doing things here, and you're like, hey, I'm completely alone here, I'm just going to take this. So yeah, I think that's a preference. And then Weidwigger, I think you can play this. Like, I don't know. I think especially against the Merfurion, auto attack single target, basically doesn't. It's difficult because they have double healer, so maybe it's actually not that bad to try to, like, I mean, air quotes, burst the target, but Splinter Spear probably didn't. Well, actually, Splinter Spear in combination with Kel'Thas, maybe that's really good because you like out damage the sustain healing. Who knows? But I think Lunara, you can play her as single target against double support. That doesn't work. And Sonya, that's fine. I think the Whirlwind here, to give her more life and be a little bit more flexible in her movement and not getting slowed all the time, is pretty okay. And then she unfortunately didn't get level 16, so there's no tank talents here. I think if they achieved 16 before this fight, they probably would have had a better chance because Sonya wouldn't have dropped this quickly. Okay, let's look at the stats. Alarak did the most damage on the blue side of the team. Kel'Thas definitely had a field day. A lot of flames blowing up. That was really good. Alarak overall, as you can see, probably the MVP of the game. Basically, part of all but one kill here on the blue side's team. Jaina, good job on clearing the minion waves and also soaking the XP. That's really good. They did a good job here, both of them. And then on the red team, you also see that that's an issue. When they were team fighting and winning team fights and getting objectives, they got a lot of XP from the objective and the camp pushing, like on the top, if you remember. But after that, it looks pretty dire, to be honest. Like, look at this. They're like below everybody else. And obviously, like, most of them being below is kind of fine because you lost the last couple of team fights, so the blue team all get more XP. But somebody should, like, challenge this. Like 10k, somebody should also be like at 9 or 9.5k. I think that's also an issue that they didn't have a proper solo laner because Sonya had to basically tank for them. Deaths, I mean, people will say like, oh man, this Sonya fed a lot. But again, if you don't have a tank, I don't know, as a melee, you have a very hard job. So nothing much that she could do. Cool, I think this was a great match. I really enjoyed when I was watching it live. Was a little bit back and forth and gave a good impression of not giving up as well. Obviously, you know, the blue team wasn't down that much, but it was definitely fun to watch two teams on this level play because you can see a lot of things that you don't want to do yourself, and that's how you improve, right? So that is great. Cool. Thank you very much for watching. If you're still here, I hope you enjoyed this little analysis. Again, if you want to watch Callisidrin's stream or her social media, just click in the video description and you can find all of her socials there. As always, I hope you have a great day and to see you soon. Have a good one. Bye bye.